Good evening, good evening, good evening. I am Coach Sylvia, and welcome back to my channel. As my coach would say, come on in the room. What my chain breaker mean here, y'all? Come on in the room. What my chain breaker girls and pearls? Come on in the room. It's Pray For You Tuesday. I am going to pray for you, but I do have a word for you. But before we get started, what I always tell you to do, like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification button so you can know when I'm coming on. And today's topic is live. God is on time. Do you hear that? Live. He's right on time. God's schedule for your life is on time. I'm going to talk about Jairus, the lady with the issue of blood, and I'm going to talk about Lazarus. So let's get in it. We're going to go to Mark, the 5th chapter, and the 21st verse. It said, when Jesus had again crossed over by the boat to the other side of the lake, a large crowd gathered around him while he was by the lake. Then one of the synagogue leaders named Jairus came, and when he saw Jesus, he fell at his feet. He pleaded earnestly with him, "My little daughter is dying. Please come and put your hands on her." Y'all remember when I preached about lay your hands on something? Please come and put your hands on her so that he will be healed and live. So will be healed and live. Listen to that word, live. I need you all to live in this season. This is what God is speaking in this season. He wants you to live, and he wants you to know that he's on time. Listen as I keep reading. Okay, please come and put your hands on her so that she will be healed and live. So Jesus went with him. A large crowd followed and pressed around him, and a woman was there who had been subject to bleeding for 12 years. Y'all hear that? She had been bleeding for 12 years. She had suffered a great deal under the care of many doctors and had spent all she had, yet instead of getting better, she grew worse. When she heard about Jesus, she came up behind him in the crowd and touched his cloth, because she thought, if I can just touch his clothes, I will be healed. Remember what she said? I will be healed. Be healed means to be free. Immediately her bleeding stopped, and she felt it in her body that she was freed from her suffering. At once Jesus realized that the power had gone out from him. He turned around in the crowd and asked, "Who touched my clothes?" You see the people crowding against you, his disciples answered, and yet you can ask, "Who touched me?" But Jesus kept looking around to see who had done it. Then the woman, knowing what had happened to her, came and fell at his feet, trembling with fear, told him the whole truth. He said to her, "Daughter, your faith has healed you. Go in peace and be freed from your suffering." While Jesus was still speaking, some people came from the house of Jairus. Remember, Jairus came to Jesus first, but Jesus stopped alone to see about the lady with the issue of blood. Notice what I said. Jesus had stopped to see about the lady with the issue of blood, although Jairus had came to Jesus first. While Jesus was still speaking, some people came from the house of Jairus, the synagogue leader. "Your daughter is dead," they said. Why bother the teacher anymore? Overhearing what they said, Jesus told him, "Don't be afraid, just believe." He did not let anyone follow him except Peter, James, and John, the brother of James. And when they came to the home of synagogue leader, Jesus saw a commotion with people crying and wailing loudly. He went in and said to them, "Why all this commotion and wailing? The child is not dead, but asleep." But they laughed at him. After he put them all out, he took the child's father and mother and the disciples who were with him and went in where the child was. He took her by the hand and said to her, "Talitha kum," which means, "Little girl, I say to you, get up." Immediately the girl stood up and began to walk around. She was 12 years old. I'm going to stop right there because this is something that I want to make notice of you. When I said that he stopped to see about the issue, the lady with the issue of blood, although he had Jairus, he stopped. Although Jairus asked first, I want to tell you that Jesus will stop time for you. He will slow up time for you just to get there right on time for you. I'm going to say it again. God will stop time for you. He will slow down time for you just to get there right on time for you. So you may be thinking that God is not on time, but God is right on time. When he told the lady with the issue of blood, he said, who touched me? At the same time, he still knew that Jairus' daughter was dead. But he was telling them, she's not dead, she's just asleep. Some of y'all think y'all physical situations, y'all problems, y'all think that y'all situation is dead. Y'all think your marriage is dead. You think your job is dead. You think yourself is dead. Really, you're not dead. Really, you just need to live. In these particular passages, God is just looking for your faith. He said it's only if you believe. And when they believe, and when the lady with the issue of blood, when she believed, she was instantly healed immediately. That means right then on the spot, she was healed. Because why? God stopped time. He slowed down time to get there right on time for the lady with the issue of blood. The lady had been dealing with this for 12 years. Y'all, so could you imagine how long she was dealing with this? And at this time, she met God at his time. She was like, on this time, I'm not going to miss God. I'm going to meet Jesus there. And if I could just touch his garment, she wasn't like, I need to touch his body. I need to get to him like this. She said, by any means necessary, whatever I can get to him to heal me, that's what I'm going to do. So what she did was her faith touched him first before she was even healed. And he said, who touched me? He felt the power of his body, of the faith. He felt the power leaving from his body because her faith had touched him. It got his attention. It made her whole. So what I want to tell you today, that don't worry about time in this season. God said, I am on time for you. He said, I am scheduled on time for you. Your life is scheduled on time just with him. Don't worry about what's going on in your life. He's saying that I am on time. I will slow up time for you. I will stop time for you. If you just be still and live. Where is your faith? Where is your faith? God is saying, where is your faith? I'm looking for your faith. Can I find somebody with some faith? And then he said to the little girl, Talitha kum, little girl, get up. That's what it means. He's saying, well, that's what he's saying to some of y'all. Little girl, get up. Get up from your situation. Get up from your dead situation. Live again. Live again, little girl. Get up. Get up, men. Live again. Live again. Live through your situation. Live through your problems. He said, I'm there with you. I'm on time. Nothing is too late for him. Nothing is delayed in his eyes. Is right on time. You may feel like you delayed in your education. You delayed in your career. God said, no, I'm on time. And then I'm reminded of Lazarus. When Lazarus had died, and just to sum it up, Martha said, if you would have been here, he would have died. But God said, I am the resurrection, and he will rise again. He's saying that he's not asleep. He's going to live again through me because I am the resurrection. So God is saying to you today, don't worry about what you're going through. He's saying, live. I'm right on time for you. I'll slow up time. I'll stop time just to let you see that I'm there on time. I can be there for you and I can be there for him all at the same time, working your situation out. So today, live. Live again. Get up, little girl. Get up, little boy. Break chains. Live again. Know that God is on time and he is scheduled your life just on time. So don't worry about your life again. Your life is scheduled on his time. Don't try to rush it. Don't try to force it, but let God be your timing. Time is nothing to him. God is saying, I am on time, and when I do things on time, it is for your good. It is working for your good. So don't worry about what you're going through. He is an on-time God, and all things are made good with him. And that's all I have to tell you. Live again, little girl. Live again, little boy. Rise up. He's saying, get up. Talitha kum, get up again. Live again. Know that he's on time. Chain breaker, keep breaking chains. Chain breaker girl, be the pearl that God has created you to be. Be blessed is my prayer. Bye-bye.